Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again. This time I want to bring you something special. So because the end of the season is approaching, we're over the seasonal now. I think for the next 7 days, what I want to do is a little series that I like to call Blast from the Past. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna go take some decks from that were really powerful in the past metas and just drop them into this meta and kind of see how they do, and kind of discuss some of the reasons why they're not able to do well in this meta anymore compared to when they were the most powerful. So to start off with, I'm going to start with a classic. So this is going to be Bannerman Demacia. So I'm kind of taking. I took this deck from the first meta report when Bilgewater was first released. So you do see some cards like Grissom Ranger and Loyal Badger Bear in this deck. So it's kind of going from that first season all the way to obviously all the way to now, and I'm pretty much just going to cover the Bilgewater expansion decks as a way to kind of have a blast from the past. And then obviously next season we can do the same thing and cover the cards from Target and kind of so on and so forth. Just something fun because I know that with the season being over and ladder kind of be almost being done, people are not really being super competitive. So this is something fun that I can bring to you. But anyways, so for those of you who don't know, back in the day, Bannerman deck was one of the strongest deck in the whole game. So there wasn't a lot of removal back there or a lot of really great ways to keep up with tempo. So this deck used to win by just dropping units on curve, being able to buff them with Bannerman, and just being able to overwhelm the opponent that way. To the point that a lot of these cards ended up getting nerfed. So like Bannerman before used to buff itself, so it used to buff all allies +1/+1, meaning that when you drop the Bannerman, it will be a 4/4. Unyielding Spirit was used to be burst speed, now it's fast because of how toxic the burst speed mechanic was. Grissom Ranger used to be a 4/1 that used to summon a 4/4 Badger Bear, so both of these cards also got nerfed, which was a huge hit because that 4/4 Badger Bear and Grissom Ranger could go to a 5/5, to a 5 attack unit, and it was crazy. Fiora used to have 3 health. So again, another big nerf. Now in this meta specifically, she dies to so many pings, right? Group Show, Pocky Stick, etc. Warships, he got nerfed and then he got unnerfed again. So Worship was also one of the critical cards. Like you could do Worship with Fiora to be able to target a lot of the units and kill a lot of the things that the opponent has. But yeah, you can see how many cards ended up getting nerfed from this deck. Even if you brought this deck back completely nerfed, though, I think it wouldn't do well anymore. Because, just being able to summon units on curve and not really have anything else going for it is not enough in this meta, right? And obviously, there's other cards that the Demacia has now that are a little bit better, like the Vanguard Surgeon. The Bargain Surgeon could be really good. Back then, it wasn't that great because it was only a 3/3, so that's why it was not in this deck. You also have Sharpsight, obviously, which is not in this deck anymore, which is a staple now. You could potentially pick on Strike if you want to be able to go for the Fear Win condition. So you can kind of tell how this deck has evolved now over the metas and how it might do better now, but it's like the way that it is right now, the deck is actually not great at all. You'll see the gameplay. I was able to pull off some wins, but my overall record while I was recording was something like 3-10. So it's not a deck that I recommend you just pull and play in ladder. It's more of a way for me to showcase some fun stuff and kind of like a look back to the past and see how this deck is kind of holding up with the new meta there. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the gameplay and stay to the end of the video where I might be able to talk a little bit more on how you might improve this deck in today's meta. See you all soon. So in this match, we'll be going up against Diana Zoe, which is a little bit unfortunate because they're gonna have stuff like silences, right? I don't mind the Citria, but maybe it's a little bit too slow. Maybe we commit to the Fiora win condition here. It's not a bad idea. The Fiora is going to be just threatened so easily, though, by silence. I don't think the Citria is right anyways, though. I think it's very likely for... What kind of hand is this? I think it's very likely for us to get something else, right? That we might be able to use. Yeah, so it's a little bit annoying. Pelt Cascade can also kill the Fiora. I guess we'll just go. We'll have the Fiora, and if he has like the Pelt Cascade, then he's fine. Like I don't mind that. Yeah, we'll go with the Fiora. If he has the Pelt Cascade, he has the Pelt Cascade. That's the Fiora nerf here coming into a lot of work. I guess he could also have double Poke Stick actually. Oh, just Poison Dart. I'm very sure he has Poke Stick. Right? I think we still go for it. I mean, if he has the Poke Stick, is whatever. I think it's better off for me to threaten the Zoe and not let her live and potentially level up. Yeah, that's the Poke Stick. So, like, that's the problem with Fiora having 2 health, is that 2 pings is all he needs to just die. But we can try to percent. We can try to percent some damage by doing the Scout. The problem is that Zoe is gonna be able to level up, right? And we have no way to challenge the Zoe because we have such an Aqua hand with the Bristle Protection. Now we do run 3 Fleet Feather, 3 single combats, and also run the Swift Wind Lancer to potentially be able to deal with the Zoe. But we don't get any of that, so yeah, we'll go ahead and just do the Ranger. Obviously he has a card that he created with this. He's gonna have a card with the Super Cool Chant. If he gets the Equinox, it's a little bit annoying because then this loses the value. I think I'm okay summoning the Garen next turn. Especially if I don't get the Scout Attack. If I don't get the Scout Attack, I think I'm still summoning the Garen. So the poison there, alright. And that one was main deck, so he still hasn't used whatever card he created for Conchologist, and we know he has a card. Is this Garen turn, or is this a Fleet Feather turn? So he's very close to leveling, but there's a good chance he has another pink to be able to deal with the Fleet Feather. Where I don't think the Bristle is going to do much. I think I'm actually better off with the Garen. I think I'm better off with the Garen, presenting some damage here. Forcing the opponent to have to do something else. If he got the stun, the Fleet Feather was going to get punished anyways. So if they have the stun, they have the stun. I think Zoe leveled up is, while annoying, it's not going to be the end of the world. Sure. If he wants to do the Pale Cascade here, I think I'm okay with that. He will lose the Yodel Captain. And I think that's what the opponent is thinking. Either Pale Cascade or he might have a ping. Right? Which, you know, will be very annoying. In our next turn, we're going to have the Citria. Be able to put at least some damage that way. Ooh, double Citria is nice, but I think we probably want to do Bannerman, no? But double Citria is really nice. Moon Silver. So he's really going to go for this Zoe level up. He can probably get the Obliterate from that. Yeah, let's just drop the Citria down. Whatever he has, he has. If he drew like the Obliterate from this, then it's a little bit of annoying. He has to start worrying about the fact that our Garen is going to level up, right? He just needs 3 cards. There's no way the Zoe doesn't level up. Yeah, because that's 2 away now. So now all he needs to do is just 2 more cards and he's gonna level up. The question is, can we stop it? I don't think we can. We'll do this. We have 2 choices. We can do the second Citria, or we can do the Bristle plus the Bannerman. I think Bristle plus Bannerman might be a little bit better. Let's see if he has the stun to deal with the Citria. Obviously, he could have the Minimorph on the Garen, which would be a little bit of a problem. Okay, he's just gonna Poke Stick this. Alright. I guess we can go ahead and just... I like doing the double Citria. I like doing the double Citria and presenting the +1/+1 from each one and all the fearsome damage. He also put this into 5 attack, allowing me to attack into everything. If he doesn't have a way to deal with the Garen here, like a Minimorph, then the Garen is going to level up. Yeah, there it is. Allowing us to be able to rally next time. Obviously, he dealt with it, so it's fine. But we still have 2 Citrus on the field. There is a lot of damage, and he only has 2 blockers. So it's going down to 7. The problem here is that we just die if he got an Elusive from the Traveler. We can still go pretty wide, though. Like, we can still go pretty wide. He's getting a lot of fearsome blockers from the Yodel Captain, though. So I'm surprised he didn't attack. So the funny thing is that the reason... Yeah, so that's the level of Zoe. So he gets another blocker. The reason that he didn't actually attack with the Zoe last turn is because he was scared of the Sharp Side. Because the opponent doesn't know that we're not playing Sharp Side at all. Because Sharp Side was not a card when this deck was popular. So maybe it was... I wanted the Citria to present some damage. That's why I ended up not going that way. So he's playing his Spell Cascade. So he's not leveled up. we have a third Citra. Don't think it's gonna matter much. He's gonna have enough fearsome blockers to do everything that he wants. I think what we can do now is just try to go wide. Here he could just have. He decided to skip on the Minimorph. Interesting. I think we can just try to go wide and do the Bannerman. So now everything gets overwhelmed. I think it's better to do it this way because you probably don't want to have to block with the Citra anyways. And then everything gets elusive and that's game, right? 4, 9, 11, 15. Yeah, that's the problem. Like, the moment that the Zoe leveled up was going to be a problem, and there was nothing that we could have done to stop it. Because the moment that we did the Fleet Feather, he had a Pokestick that he was holding the whole time. He had enough pings to be able to do the Fleet Feather. And that's kind of the problem with this deck. It can be very vulnerable to some pings, and it can be very slow to getting where it needs to be. Minimorph just completely destroyed the Garen. So yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against... Oh, Pirates. This is gonna be, I think, a little bit interesting too, no? I really like the Garen in this matchup. I think Garen can actually potentially level up. The problem with Garen here is that we don't have any early units. So we do need to get some early units to be able to survive long enough to actually do something against this opponent, right? Yeah, so like here we have to sacrifice a Fleet Feather right away. Because we obviously cannot take all this damage. And then next turn our War Chefs doesn't have anything to support, right? So we do have a nice curve at least, so we can play Fiora on 3. We can get this free 2 damage right here. So we can play Fiora on 3 and Bannerman on 4 and maybe have a chance. We can also play the Brightsteel here, which I think is great. So Brightsteel is great because he forces his attack to be a little bit worse. So if he attacks with Misfortune, he's sacrificing the Misfortune, and we can kill a Corsair for free. This is actually this is actually so amazing for us. We killed 2 of their units. That was an amazing top deck. We killed 2 of their units, kind of almost for free. We can play the Fiora next turn. We have the Ranger's Result to play around like a Make It Rain. And we can kill the Corsair with the Fiora. And there's the Make It Rain. So then we do the Ranger's Resolve. Save the chefs. And he doesn't have enough mana to do a Fervor, right? So we can kill the Crackshot Corsair without taking any damage. Next time we can do the Garen, maybe. But Bannerman is a temptation as well, but I think Garen is probably better off. I think Garen is a little bit better because he can start giving us some... Like, yeah, we block this with the chefs. I don't think we need to. I guess if he summons... Ooh, Bannerman is looking nice here. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, this is an easy Garen. We just sacrifice our Garen into the GP and literally take 0 damage. So that was like a 0 damage attack from the opponent. What if it's Citria? What if it's Citria? Because the Make It Rain is going to be really punishing, right? So what if instead it's the Swift? What if it's Bannerman? I like the Bannerman. This protects us against another Make It Rain that might kill the Fiora here. So I think I'm okay doing it like this. We potentially don't even have to do anything. We potentially can just do this and attack like this and not even target this. Because there's a good chance that he's going to just have the Fervor, right? So it doesn't matter which one he does the Fervor on. I think we're better off just doing this. We don't need to drag anything. The way that we win, obviously we need to try to put some pressure, right? We could potentially... Actually, we lost 2 damage. We could have done the Fleet Feather there. Not sure why I didn't do that. I completely forgot about the Fleet Feather there at the last second. And now we know that he's going to have like a... Yeah, that's the Make It Rain. I was going to say either he has the Make It Rain or has the Fervor. Ends up being the Make It Rain. We just do the Citria, allowing us to have Fearsome and bypass his blocker. Monkey business. Okay, that's not going to help him because, again, we can bypass that next turn. I'm good blocking like this and good blocking like this, taking as little damage as possible. And then if he has Make It Rain, he needs to do it now. because otherwise everything's gonna get +1/+1. Yeah. And then we just open attack and we should be able to win. We don't need to drag anything again because, like we talked about, the sap. And we even have single combat to protect against the fervor. So he has no fearsome blockers, and this is all fearsome. And obviously we put this last. We have single combat to protect us against a fervor. So he doesn't have anything, right? Because 2 fervors doesn't do it. Because we have single combat to deal with one. But yeah, GG's. So yeah, that's the problem that Pirate Aggro has. That if you have a solid board, they're not able to get enough damage through to you. So yeah. So in this match, we'll be going up against Jayce, Heimerdinger. They probably have recalls, they have enough removal. So no matter how good our board is, we're going to be in a little bit of trouble. I do like the idea of having double Garen though. That's very, very tempting. The rest of our hand doesn't look too hot. I do like the Badger Bear. And I like the single combat. So I like the Badger Bear because he can block... he can block his 3/3s. I got greedy with the double Garen because I think the Judgment might actually come be useful. I guess the problem here is that he runs deny, right? So if he has the deny, then the Judgment is just gonna get denied from the Garen. But he has to be able to deal with the Garen, whether it's through thermal or shock blast. I mean, I guess thermal or like, I don't think they run recalls. So his deck shouldn't be running like recalls like that. I'm okay taking this attack. So yeah, that's why the reason I kept the Badger Bear is because he's a good blocker into the Forge Worker. This feels so early to do the Bannerman. I'm okay doing it. I have no other plays. I think it's fine doing the Bannerman right here. Oh, that's cool. At any point, if we kill this... Yeah, I'm okay with this. If we kill the Adaptron, we get rid of a lot of the keywords. I like doing the Garen here. You shouldn't have a great way to deal with Garen. Letting us get that free attack in. I guess he could have a Mystic Shot, right? But we have a second Garen. Yeah, he's gonna have the Mystic Shot. That's why he's doing it this way. Mystic Shot or another way to deal with the Garen right here. Yeah, Mystic Shot. I guess it's not Pokey Stick because they don't want Pokey. But he has to kill the Garen right now. Next turn we can also do Citra, by the way. Shock Blast. Okay. Don't think it's worth it to single combat just yet. I think single combat is more important for the Heimer. Or like a Heimer or a Jayce. Like Jayce is already leveled up here, right? So it's 100% more important to do this on the Jayce. Or just do it on the Heimer. I like the Citra. I like the Citra. Let's see what he does. Yeah, he's always gonna get value out of this. So I mean, there's not a lot that we can do to stop it. I don't want to commit the single combat until he commits out of the Nullify mana. So that's the reason why that's a little bit scary there. I like the Garen. I like the Garen again, and I like doing the Citra. We have enough for 2 single combats now, so the Citra, the Cloudfield leaves me enough mana for double single combat, which I think is the way that we have to go about it. And again, Heimer is the biggest threat, right? Huh. I think we do this. I don't think I want to give him the free turret. Yeah, I think it's fine to do this. I decided to target the Citra because he also puts the Citra at 4. So now we can do the Cloudfield. He's probably gonna want to kill. He's probably gonna. Maybe it was better to just no, because if we do the Garen, Garen can be blocked by this now, right? We can attack with everything except for the Citra. The Citra is not a great attacker into the Jayce. Definitely think we kill the Jayce, by the way. I definitely think here we can single combat the Jayce. Yeah, that's fine. We definitely have to single combat the Jayce here. And we're able to get rid of the Citra plus the Jayce. While also dealing 6 damage. Now, he got greedy with the Adaptron because he has Fearsome and Overwhelm. So the Adaptron might present an issue for us a little bit later. Not too scared of it just yet, though. Again, we still have the Citra, so he has to be worried about our Fearsome damage. I guess the question here is, do we just go wide? I think why not? I think let's protect the Citra to protect it against like a Thermal. And let us go wide. There's a chance he doesn't get Fearsome blockers. Okay, he only got 1 there. He cannot attack with them. I guess what we can do next turn is just do the Bannerman. What he can do is the Acceleration Gate, which is a little bit annoying. Like, Acceleration Gate is actually very annoying, no? I like the open. I like the open. I like doing this. This is 4, 7, 10. So we missed the lethal by not doing the Bannerman. But then we would have been able to drag the Storm, right? So I guess it would have been lethal. No, yes, it would have been lethal. It would have been lethal because it would have been 1 more damage that we wouldn't have missed. The problem that we have here is that we're never getting enough damage through anymore. I like doing this to put stuff in out of range of Mystic Shot. He could still thermal her. The Acceleration Gate here becomes very scary. As long as Citra survives, I think we are fine. So he needs to shockwave the Citra. He's looking for something. He needs to find a way to deal with Citra, right? He's digging. 9 mana though. 9 mana is a lot. He could have gotten anything from that. He could have gotten like True Shot Barrage to be able to deal with Citra. Acceleration Gate. I don't think I've Challenger. He could get Challenger. None of them got Challenger. Oh no, they only get Quick Attack. They're not doubled up by the... They're not doubled up, right? We're okay sacrificing this into it. And sacrificing another unit into it. Because we can refill our board by 2. Because we just need to be able to go wide. I think it's fine just doing this. We also get another unit from here, right? So it has to be the Swiftling Lancer again. And it has to be the Fiora. Now, he could have a unit here. So yeah, we're wider than him right now. Plus we have the Fearsome. So I don't see how he wins this anymore. Because we just attack with everything. And that's game. The Citra ended up putting a lot of work in this. Yeah, the moment that he didn't get a removal for the Citra, he ended up kind of just being game from there. But GG's opponent. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against a Taric Pantheon. This is looking pretty doomed for us. They have more removal than we do. We don't even run Consider Strike. Not only that, but the units are going to get a lot bigger than ours. So let's see how this goes. I'm not sure it's going to go well, but let's see how this goes. And kind of go from there, huh? I also kind of just kept all my hands. Maybe it was better to play for a Bannerman to at least get a chance. Or try to get the Unyielding Spirit. The problem with the Unyielding Spirit is that they usually play at least 1 Hush, right? So our only out is going to be like Unyielding Spirit into the Garen and be able to kill them through rallies and stuff. But the Unyielding Spirit means that they can just answer with Consider Strike. Okay, that's not a bad curve now, right? We have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This stops his attack. He can't buff that unless he wants to just, you know... Like, if he plays the goat here, I think we're okay with that. Like, he has to be worried about us having the Bryce to protect, right? So if he plays the goat here, he has to be worried that we can just do the Bryce steal and get the free kill on the goat while also pushing 3. Okay, opponent decided to do it that way and just advance his Pantheon win condition. Him doing that tells me that he probably has Pantheon in his hand, right? Like, I don't think that's a good move unless you already have the Pantheon in your hand. Sure. It's a little bit annoying. A little bit annoying. Just because how much damage that's presenting. Can do the Bannerman. I think it's better to do the Bannerman though. No, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I think we'll do the Bannerman here. Maybe threaten some stuff here and there. I mean, we'll drag the Saga Seeker no matter what. And I guess push the 4 damage. Not like it's gonna make a difference. If it doesn't do anything, then we can just hold back and wait until we can summon the Citra, maybe. Like if he passes here, I'm okay. It means that he's delaying the Pantheon for 1 turn, I think. The problem is that the longer... It's gonna do it on the Saga Seeker again, huh? That's a little... Oh, he's gonna do it on the... Steel? Wait a second. Now we just single combat her then, and now he doesn't get the proc? So now he doesn't get the proc for Pantheon? Sharps, I mean, Chambers doesn't save it, so he just used that and didn't get the proc on the champion. I mean, we'll go ahead and push the 7. Put this in range, I guess, of a second single combat if we need to. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that trade. A little bit annoying. Maybe we commit the Warships first. And if he commits the Zenith Blade on this, we can single combat it again. I like the idea of the Citra next turn. Problem is if he has Pantheon in his hand, then it makes our Citra attack very awkward. He ended up actually committing for it. So opponent is just kind of giving us all their units. Now he can't even attack either. So this is another proc that doesn't trigger on the Pantheon. That's the 3rd Zenith Blade. The White Flame is the way that he would have won this game. Like if he had the White Flame, there's no way we ever win. Now if he has Pantheon, I guess it's a little bit annoying, but it's not the end of the world. I think I'm fine going wide here. He would need to have Sharpside plus single combat to kill the Citra, and it means sacrificing his own Saga Seeker and spreading 4 mana. But like I said, a Pantheon is a little bit annoying here because Pantheon has a barrier when he comes out into the field. Are we buffing the Citra? I guess we're buffing the small Citra here, right? Our hand is completely out of resource, by the way. So, yeah, the Pantheon becomes really annoying because you can just get the free kill on one of these units. What we can try to do is try to push as much damage as possible. He could also do a Pel Cascade to kill the Citra. So actually, it was probably better. Wait, he didn't. Wow, interesting. He might have the single combat, I'm guessing then, right? He has to have the single combat if he's doing it this way. He doesn't even get the trigger on the Pantheon. So maybe we can go wide enough. If he doesn't kill Citra, we can go wide enough and potentially win that way. He needs to be worried about us having a single combat. This puts his attack to be really awkward, right? Wait, what? That's telegraphing a sharp side, like, so badly. I'm just gonna go wide, I think. He could have the Concerted Strike or Golden Aegis. I think I'm still fine taking that damage. Like, he telegraphed a sharp side so badly there. Our only concern is gonna be Judgment, right? He could do the single combat on the Citra. No single combat? Wow. Yeah. Okay, I was gonna say, a Judgment, actually, he surrendered too early, because if he had Judgment, there's nothing we can do. I guess he doesn't have the Judgment, but like, wow, so it ended up working out. I thought our hand was like really bad, but it worked out in there in the end, so GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Zilean Ekko. So they'll be able to remove us. They'll be able to have enough removal for something like Fiora. Which is why I don't think Fiora is worth it. Maybe we're willing to sacrifice the Fiora anyways. I like the idea of having the Fiora plus a repose. Problem is how awkward this hand is, right? We don't have a 1-drop. You know what? Let's get greedy. Fiora is not usually the way that you win with this deck. Now that people have ways to remove the Fiora. But I'm gonna greed it out a little bit here. Obviously, Zilean puts a lot of pressure because he puts one ping on the Fiora every single time. The Bannerman does take us out of Mystic range, and I think having the second Fiora allowing us to be able to... Yeah, Zilean is really annoying here. Because what happens now is that the Zilean time bombs is going to slowly be able to kill the Fiora without us being able to do anything. I like the Citra here. Let's just play the Fiora. If he has the Mystic Shot, he did have the Mystic Shot. I don't think there's anything we can do about it. Time Bomb will be really annoying. I think we cannot attack. I think we have to wait until our Bannerman turn. And then maybe try to get an attack with the Bright Steel. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, so I was gonna say we have to play around him having Echo, so we needed to keep the Repose alive. Here we can threaten the Zilean. The Zilean time bombs might be a little bit scary though. I think we need to be able to attack. So maybe we need to actually have Garen on the field. I think it needs to be Garen on the field on next turn to be able to threaten the Garen level up. Problem now is that he's gonna have Echo leveled up here, right? I like the idea of the Garen, especially now that we also have access to Judgment. I think Garen is definitely the play here. Start working towards the Garen level up progress. Oh, wow, yeah, he decided to go for the Echo. Interesting. Very interesting here. Why don't we just... Wait. We cannot attack. So the problem with attacking is that they play like the cards that reduce your attack damage. So attacking will be a mistake. I think we can try to threaten here. Yeah. I mean, I think it has to be the Judgment, right? But if he has the Judgment... If it gets... He has too much mana for me to rely on the Judgment. I like the idea of saving the Garen. Threatening the Garen to be able to level up. So here's our concern here. Let's say that he gets it. Right? If he gets it, he's just able to level up and kill us, right? I guess we have enough units to potentially block. Yeah, we have potentially we have enough units to be able to survive even through a Chrono Break. He needs to hit the Chrono Break, right? For this to be a threatening attack. If he doesn't hit the Chrono Break, I think we're fine. So let's see it. Does he get the Chrono Break? And if he gets the Chrono Break, we just lose, right? I guess Garen will level up of the Chrono Break attack. Let's see it. Okay. Only has 2 chances of getting it. This could be a time bomb, though. He got it. Come on. Wait, yeah, that's good. Because he got the drop order, that's good for us. Because he got the drop order, he actually lost access to the Risen Rider. I mean, sorry, not the Risen Rider. The other card, the Voice of the Risen. So we don't have to worry about that now. Which is dope for us, I think. What about we kill the Echo, and if he gets another Chrono Break, right? We can just Judgment his stuff away. Fortunately, he's getting so much value out of the Echo, right? Because I think that, yeah, the way that we're going to win this game is going to be through Judgment, I think. Should we threaten with Citra, though? Should we threaten, like, the level up by doing the Citra? Well, Yielding Spirit is kind of funny, too, though. What if we do this? What if we do this? Try to threaten the Echo, forcing to have the second Chrono Break. He already used one, right? I guess he could just have the second Echo. Yeah, I guess he could just have the second Echo. Should be kind of annoying. I don't think Congealing Spirit is doing much. I think... So I want to keep the Garen Judgment as a way to deal with a Chrono Break right here. There's also potential that we should just attack with the Fleet Feather, because the Fleet Feather is just going to die to the Time Bombs. If he has the Random Negation, we just lose, right? Yeah. Time Bomb is really annoying. That's what I was scared of. The Time was just going to kill the Fleet Feather. This does mean that he cannot do the Chrono Break anymore, though, right? So if he cannot do the Chrono Break, maybe we're able to just summon the Citria. Random Negation is really punishing for us. We do have Rally next turn, so maybe we do the Citria. Ah. Yeah, let's do the Citria. Gives us a blocker into some stuff. Again, what we get punished by here is going to be a Random Negation.
What do you call two time-traveling birds, Ekko?
A paradox. Also, wow, Zil. Wow.
Attacking just means that we lose. Like, attacking just means that we lose. We can do the War Chefs, right? We can do the War Chefs. Let's threaten the Judgment. I think if he has Random Negation, then he wins, right? I don't think there's anything that we can do about it. If they have the Random Negation, they just win. They could have Thermal here to Thermal the Garen and play around me having the Judgment. And yeah, they just happen to have the second Echo no matter what. So I wonder if he actually decides to attack here. He's technically not lethal. Actually, yeah, it's not lethal. It's actually going to be 7. Technically not lethal. I'm going to do it though. You know what? If they have it, they have it. If they have the Random Negation, they have it. This stops the Time Trick as well, by the way. This will stop the Time Trick if we hit it. It's not enough. It's not enough to kill the Echo, so he still gets the Time Trick, unfortunately. We always knew that he probably has something like Quicksand. So that was kind of always my fear. Now he just needs to have the Chrono Break and he's able to win. At least we prevent a little bit of damage. Yeah, we couldn't have played around the Quicksand anymore. Maybe we just needed to do... Maybe we actually needed to just do the Judgment much earlier. Because now he just wins if he gets the second Chrono Break. And he wins no matter what, I think. I think at this point we have so many little resources. Yeah, GG's. So we have so many little resources that I don't think there was any way for us to stop that from being able to finish us the game. I think the level up Echo was too troublesome for us. We thought us having the quick attack. So the single combat. So GG's. Hey everyone, it's Sirturmund here again. So I hope you enjoyed that gameplay. As you can see, like the deck struggles a lot because you just kind of run out of resources very quickly. Your units are not that impactful, so you really don't have a lot of great ways to push that over the top damage that you need to really win the game. Now, if you were to actually try to make like a Bannerman be like a serious deck in this meta, I think you're probably better off doing something with Poppy. I think if you can buff the Poppy with Bannerman, that could be useful, right? So maybe we do like Poppy instead of Fiora. Garen might not be the greatest. Maybe we do... I mean, we can keep the Garen. It's not a bad attacker. It is a little bit awkward because there's a lot of units that can get above him now. So it makes it a little bit more complicated. I'm trying to see what else we would play here. I think we can play the Squire instead of Citra the Clock because we played enough elites units so we could potentially get the Tattered Banner from them. Ranger's Resolve at 2 is fine. Bright Steel is fine. I'm trying to see. Obviously, you want to run 3 Sharp Sides. We just have to think about what we want to remove for the Sharp Sides and kind of go from there. So we'll look back here and take a look at that. I like the idea of Protege if we're gonna play Bannerman. I think this deck kind of lacks ways to remove the opponent's units, and Protege kind of gives you a little bit of a way to do that. I think Badgerbear is not strong enough, so we could take out the Badgerbear if we needed to. Potentially take out the Gristle Ranger, because now we're running Poppy instead as our 4-drop. I think Swiftwind Lancer is a little bit too weak, and so is Gilded Spirit. So I think all of those can go. What else can we do here, though? Ooh, the Surgeon is great as a 3-drop, so we can do the Surgeon and the Prodigy. Now that the Surgeon is a 3/4, it's a lot better than the Badgerbear, right? Again, we don't need another 4-drop. We probably want to play rallies in this deck, right? Is the Golden Aegis better than the Pursuit? I think it has to be. I think Golden Aegis is a little bit better. You can just pop it on the Poppy and be able to buff stuff. Maybe we want to run it at 3. Consider Strike, I think at least at 2. It needs to be needed because of the Pantheon decks. I think Garen is not great. Like, but I don't know if there's another Demacia champion that you want to play instead of Garen. I guess we don't have to play a Demacia champion, right? We can just like Bannerman. Like, this is pure Demacia right now, but we can switch it up to be something more, I guess. Like, we can play another unit, another champion for another region. We'll take a look and see if there's anything better than Garen, because it's very likely that we still hit our Bannerman almost every time, even with another region there. The Screeching Dragon is tempting, and I think if we do get rid of Garen, Screeching Dragon might be the way to go. We're still a little bit heavy though on our cards. Like, even if we get rid of Garen, we still have 3 extra cards here. So what are the cards that we're removing? I think the Warships is not a great 2-drop anymore, but I don't see another 2-drop that I think I want to play in this deck. Maybe Stunny's not bad. I think this could actually be like a Stunny deck. I think a Stunny's actually not bad. Like, we can do Stunny Suppressor. So let's do this. Let's do Stunny Suppressors. Let's play it more like a beatdown deck, right? So we can take Stunny out. We can take Single Combat out. Sorry, we can take the Warships out. So we can do kind of like this, like more like a beatdown deck where we run little amount of spells and we just try to rally and win that way. We try to win with the Poppy rally or with the Garen being able to rally as well. And the Bannerman kind of putting a lot of units. So then what are the last 2 cards that we will play in a deck like this? I think it has to be units, right? We have 1/1, we have 1 elite. So we're looking for units. We probably need something more impactful. So maybe something that can allow us to go a little bit wide. I think we need ways to remove the opponent's stuff, right? So what can we do that will allow us to remove the opponent's units? Because we already have the Prodigy. We already have the Fleet Feather. Probably don't want to play any of like the 4-drops. Like those. I don't think those are great. Maybe 2 single combats is actually okay. Maybe 2 singles are okay as a way to be able to level up the Garen. Let's take a look though if there's any other champion that's a little bit better than the Garen in this situation. No, maybe. Like, a lot of these champions are not gonna get buffed by, like, Misfortune could potentially be decent, but we're not trying to play scouts, right? So I think Misfortune is more like a scout's win condition. Everything else here is too expensive to be able to really make a threat. Yeah, I think everything else here is too expensive. So I think we commit. Let's commit with the Garen. Let's commit with the Garen, like the initial idea of like the Bannerman, right? With the Garen and being able to kind of win that way. My concern with single combat is that the Stunny Suppressor is going to make it a little bit difficult, but I think you need Stunny Suppressors. So I think the way that the opponents beat you in this meta is through pings and all the damage removal. And Stunny Suppressor at least slows them down from being able to do that right away. So I like that just Stunny. I'm just trying to think if there's another unit that's more impactful than this. Than having single combat. So we have 6 1-drops, we have 6 2-drops, we have 6 3-drops, 6 4-drops, 1 3 5-drops, 3 6-drops. Ooh. It's a little bit, like, I really don't like the idea of single combat in this deck. But I think maybe it's okay because we're playing Garen and we'll be able to get back. Yeah, let's leave single combat. At least let's have like one way to remove opponents. So if you want to play an updated version of this deck, then this is what I will go with. With Fleet Feather, Pantheon Squire, Resolve, Bright Steel, Sharp Side, Single Combat, Stunny, Protege, Surgeon, Aegis, Poppy, Bannerman, Garen, and Citra the Ball. I think it's a good way to like still beat down the opponents when you need to. And again, you kind of try to set up your Bannerman. Maybe what we need is something that can like go wide. So maybe like some of the cards from Bilgewater, like Marai, might actually not be bad because you can go wide enough to then be able to buff with the Bannerman. So maybe that's what we need, something like that. It's kind of you know, a little bit hard to think about it. But yeah, this if you wanted to play a deck like this in this meta, I think this is what I would recommend. But yeah, so hope you enjoy the gameplay. If you enjoy what you see, please remember to subscribe. It will help me out a lot. And I also stream on Twitch under Twitch Sirturmund, where I stream about 3 to 4 times a week. Just keep an eye for all these other Blast from the Past videos coming on the next week as we lead on to the reveals and the new expansion, and I'll see you all next time.